Hey everybody, good to be back with you here today on the Integrative Health Coach Success Podcast. I'm Dr. Stephen Cabral, founder of IHP, the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute, and board certified doctor of naturopathy. What I want to share with you is something that has been going on in our industry for some time now, but not everyone is able to pull it off. I want to share with you who's most successful at doing it and why. So today is all about how to partner with another coach and to double your growth based on this relationship. So I want to share with you first the partnerships that don't typically work. Now, these are partners that come together where one individual is much further above, or not in terms of status, but in terms of experience, and the other person is looking to come on board with them and not necessarily have the same clients or the same whatever, but wants to share in the same resources, the same revenue, etc. This has happened many times where one person says, oh, my podcast gets, I had someone the other day literally send me a message saying, I want to invite you on as a guest of my podcast. We'll have you come on. Every single one of my episodes reaches 180,000 people. And I'm like, every one of your podcasts reaches 180,000 people? I've never heard of your podcast. And I'm not saying that in a negative way, because my podcast started out with like 300 people. So I'm like, all right. So you have like 40 shows. And if you're getting 180,000 episodes per podcast, that means you're going to be in like the top 1, 2, or 3 podcasts. But like you're not. So what happens though, and now it's easily verifiable for someone like me who knows about the industry, but don't go into a partnership saying that you get X number of followers or downloads or whatever, especially if you're buying followers. Never do that, right? Because what you want to do is you want to go in with equal expectations in the beginning. So be honest and open with your partner from the start as to value you can bring. Like maybe you're good at the marketing and blog writing and podcasts, etc. And the other person knows more as a practitioner. So now maybe you're bringing in more clients and you're sharing them potentially, right? But they're more of the practitioner. Okay, well, one person could be the marketing person, one could be the practitioner, but be cautious. Be honest with each other. Okay, another partnership that doesn't work, that people try to make it work, that they're both in the same niche and they're both going to advertise or market or try to do their thing on social media and then come together and do sessions together, meaning like one person does a session for the individual, another person does a session for the individual. It's almost like you hire a real estate agent and instead it's like the mother and daughter duo, or it's the husband and the wife. Well, that typically will work because it's one thing that you're looking for. And when one person's out of town, the other person can take over, right? And it's not something necessarily as worrisome or in a personal relationship that you're trying to create with your health coach. Like that's why I always believed in personal training. There's a personal aspect to it. And if you're always rotating the personal trainer, which some studios do, you never really develop that relationship. The client stick rate is much lower. There's no personal relationship that was ever developed. Okay, so those are a couple partnerships that I've never seen work out. One person goes in inflating what they can do. And because of that, the partnership comes together. And the person who says, oh, I'm going to bring X number of new clients, that doesn't necessarily happen. And so you start off on the wrong foot. Another one is that two people doing the same exact thing come together. That doesn't always work. It really doesn't. And I'm going to share with you just one more tip as to why. People are confused. You're both doing the same thing. Why does it take two people to do that one job, right? So that leads me now to my next, which is the best way to develop a partnership, which are not opposite fields, but adjacent. So the partnerships that I've seen work are, especially let's talk about health coaching, right? For health coaches, the health coach teams up with a nutritionist, or the health coach teams up with a personal trainer that does virtual personal training. The health coach teams up with a mental health therapist or psychologist. So the health coach is teaming up with someone that would also bring great value to that relationship, to the client. Because basically what you're always thinking is, what's best for my client? What's best for my client? What can I be doing better? What can I provide them more? And if you're that person, I've talked about this before, you need to be the hub where all the spokes come out of. If you can be that individual, people are always going to come back to you because you're the expert. You're connecting them with others. But you can actually create partnerships where 1 + 1 equals a far greater number than 2. It really does. And so in this case, it doubles your business, but it also doubles your partner's business. So that is not going from 1 to 2. It's basically going from a 1x from each of you to a 4 in the company. It really can be that powerful. I'm going to share with you how it happens. So you develop a specific package. Now you can still do your own one-on-ones, but you can develop a specific package that is based on life coaching or based on parenting because you partner up with a parenting expert, or it's based on weight loss and you work with a very special dietitian, or it's based on high performance health and you're partnering with maybe an IHP partners with an HPH coach, any of these things. So one is very specific in what they do. As an IHP, you know about nutrition, no doubt about that, but maybe you're catering to clients in sports performance. So you're partnering with if you're a professional, sports psychologist or a sports nutritionist or a strength and conditioning specialist, whatever you want it to be. But it has to be clearly outlined in the package as to what they get. So they get 1 appointment per month with you, which is what? Well, you're going through their lab results, their personalized wellness plan, going through diet, exercise, strength reduction, toxin removal, all of the different things in the de-stress protocol, right? Which you learn in IHP. But then, depending on your niche, they may also get 1 mindset or psychology-based appointment, which helps them with emotional-based eating. It helps them with performance. It helps them with goal setting. People love that. I have seen many an IHP partner with a mindset coach, a performance mindset coach, or a mental health based therapist that works, because if they work with more emotional based eating, that is phenomenal. And they've gotten tremendous results with that. So now you're saying, well, how does that double everybody's practice? Well, the difference is that you can charge more for that package if you choose to. So you might get double the clients, that would double your practice, but the package may be more expensive as well. So if you get 2x the clients, and you're getting double the revenue, that's how you do it. Now, there are 2 ways to position this. The first one is that you offer this. So let's say now it is an IHP coach. Her name is Sydney. And Sydney partners with a performance mindset coach. That's 3 appointments for 3 months. And those are all 60-minute appointments. And the performance coach's name is Greg, we'll just say. So Sydney partners with Greg, but Sydney is the one selling the packages. Okay. So now Sydney she used to charge $290 a month. And now she's charging $490 a month. She still makes $290 for her appointment, but now she's paying Greg $100 and she's keeping $100. You just work out the fee ahead of time. And Greg is like, I'd be happy to get a free client and earn $100 on that. Like, that sounds great to me. Like $100 for my hour of my time. I didn't need to find the client. Sure, I'll do that. That works. Or let's say Greg wants to be paid $200 and you still want to make $100. Well, then you charge $590 for that package, right? Like, so you can absolutely do that. And this is a service now the client gets even more value from. So that's a very simple way to do it if you're the one setting up the package. Now, the next way is, I don't want to get too in depth on this because you can actually have a team. You can set them up with a personal trainer. You can set them up with a mindset coach. You can set them up with let's say a nutritionist. And you pay each one of those individuals $50 for a 30-minute to 60-minute consult, but they have the ability to then have them become their client if they want. So you can make the entire package if you want, or pay them lesser of a fee. I don't want to get too in depth on that. I just want to talk about the partnership. There's another way to do this partnership with Sydney, and Greg. I just made up these names. Now I can't pronounce them. Should have came up with an easier one than Sydney for me to say. But for Sydney and Greg, they can create a separate website or a one-page, basically, landing page. And it's to learn more about how to combine integrative health with performance mindset coaching. And now they take all of their current clients and they drive them to this one page, or they take their online social media and they drive them to this one page. So now people who might have fallen off with coaching for both of them, or they never engaged in coaching, they're just on social media, they drive them to this page. So let's say non-clients, clients that are no longer with them, but they have their email or on social media. They have this new thing that's totally unique. Nobody else in the industry is really doing it right now. Integrative health with at-home functional medicine lab testing, working on the physiology of the body, and a performance mind coach that's working on the mind. Amazing. And they drive them to this one page and they sell this one package together and they split it. So they both commit to driving their email list as well as their social media to this one page, and they offer this as like only 20 clients available per month or appointments, whatever you want to make it. And they offer that now at a higher price or whatever price they want it to be. And they each get one appointment with that client per month. That's another way to do it that builds a whole new revenue stream for people that weren't interested in just either one before, but when combined, they're like, this sounds really interesting. It's exactly what I need, both body and mind. And our mastery IHP coaches can actually do that because they work with body and mind. They've done level 1, level 2, or at least level 1, and they're doing mastery, which is the life coaching. So they can do that, which is great. So the thing is, there's different ways to do this, but the uniqueness comes when you're getting two different people as well, because people see it as, oh, two experts instead of one. That's amazing. Now, why wouldn't that work for the two real estate experts? Because they're both doing the same thing. They're selling your home or they're helping you buy a home, right? Now, you can say, oh, partner with a marketing specialist for your home and a real estate agent for your home. Okay, that might work better. Or partnering with a staging designer for your home and a real estate agent. Okay, that would work. But the health field, I know much better. So we'll say mind and body. That works really well. Or renowned breathwork expert that can help you de-stress combined with the integrative health coach. So there's a bunch of different ways to do this. But if you can look at two adjacent fields for things that every client could use, and then you can offer the package and you just partner with someone else, you take full control, great. They get to work with client. They're very happy because you're getting them clients. Or you both come together, you create one unique package on one website that you can drive non-engaged people to be able to offer this package. Really unique, really great way to do it, but I would love to hear from you. Let me know what two great adjacent fields would be to partner together, whether it's offline or online, that could come together to create a great package to be able to help the client ultimately, in the end, get more of what they're looking for. Hopefully this was helpful. For all the details, all the big takeaways, head on over to ihp.coach/320. ihp.coach/320. Take care, everybody. I'll talk with you in the comments.